Hi, I'm Scott Hanselman, and I'm here to give you a quick taste of what you can do with virtual machines in Azure. Whether you're a developer, DevOps, you're a big enterprise, or a small independent, Microsoft Azure is a hybrid cloud that'll handle pretty much anything you can throw at it. Now here in the web-based Azure portal, let's create a virtual machine. I can quickly create virtual machines, both Windows Server and Linux, in minutes. I'll start by clicking Add. Now there's a gallery of hundreds of different solutions to pick from. There's pre-configured VMs for everything you can imagine, from WordPress to Barracuda, as well as complete multi-VM solution templates for larger systems like SharePoint or WebSphere. If I want to create a Linux VM, I can do that by just searching for popular Linux images like Ubuntu or CentOS or Red Hat and more. I'll pick Ubuntu 1604. Now I'll go through the various options that you'll need to complete before creating a VM. First, we'll name it. Let's say Scott's VM. Now the next thing is to create a disk that gets attached to your VM. And the options are a hard drive or an SSD. An SSD has higher performance and we recommend it for production environments. Now we'll do the credentials. I can use an SSH key for Linux, or I can use password for either Linux or Windows. I'll use a password for my VM here. I'll pick a region that's close to where I am and hit OK. Next, I need to pick a VM size. You should choose the right VM for your workload based on the number of cores, RAM, disk drive size, and price. Now Azure will give you recommendations based on popular VM sizes, but you should also remember that you can click View All to select more VMs. And there's lots and lots of choices to choose from that goes down all the way. Now I'm going to pick DS1 V2 Standard as my size. That's going to give me 2 data disks, 3200 max IOPS, and a pretty good sized local SSD that's going to get done what I want. Next, I can pick required options like virtual networks, what storage account it lives in, and I'm going to pick the defaults. Now, if you plan to have a group of VMs, you might want to create an availability set so that you can group your VMs together and then load balance traffic across them. We can create a new availability set by selecting the high availability option and then clicking New on the next blade. I'll call it Scott's VM set. Then I'll pick the number of update domains and fault domains. Multiple update domains ensure that all your VMs don't undergo maintenance simultaneously. And multiple fault domains will ensure that your VMs are connected to different power sources and different network switches. Both of these increase the availability of your VMs. I'll use the default recommendation for these options. Finally, I'll get a summary of the VM that I'm about to create. Standard DS1, SSDs, default virtual network, and a new availability set. I'll click OK, and VM creation might take a few minutes. I can track the success on this title in the dashboard or in the notifications menu above. If I leave this page alone, the VM blade below is going to automatically open once it's been created. Now I can manage this virtual machine right from this blade. I can add additional disks, change the network interfaces, even change the size of the virtual machine after it's been created. Since this is a Linux virtual machine, let's SSH into it. Since I have Windows 10 that runs Bash on Windows, I'm going to be able to directly head into that machine from here. And there we go. Now I'm running top, SSH'd into my virtual machine, running in Azure. Be sure to explore the documentation links to learn more about common tasks associated with operating a VM in Azure.